Hate the ups and downs in the market and the roller coaster ride? Well, here's a couple of delta neutral strategies you guys can use to ride out the wave and earn some yields. All right, so let's go and get into this. Avocados are cool. Crypto is an asset class to where all you need to do is survive to do well. But unfortunately, over 98% of crypto investors fail to do this. All you need to do is know this one strategy, and it will not only allow you to survive, but set yourself up to thrive in the next bull market. This strategy is called delta neutral. What's delta neutral? Going delta neutral is neither bullish nor bearish. When you're delta neutral, you have positions on both ends that hedge against each other. And combining this with DeFi, you can create strategies around this to where you can profit with just the yields without having that negative exposure to the downside. So this is strategy one. The borrow and stake and earn arbitrage strategy. So this is easy mode. This is AVAX and staked AVAX. So what you're going to do is lend out some stable coins. Let's just call it plus 2%. The reason being is you have DAI paying out around 2%, USDC also around 2%, and then of course you have good old Tether paying 4%. Next, you're gonna borrow some AVAX. This is gonna cost you 5.5%. So you're basically going to be a negative 3.5% at this point because 2% minus 5.5, negative 3.5. So right now you're paying in order to borrow your AVAX. Next, you want to go ahead and take your AVAX tokens you just borrowed and stake them on Banqi Finance. When you stake them on Banqi Finance, you're going to be getting a liquid staking derivative. This is going to be called SAVAX. You can redeem this. It takes a couple days to unbond it. Or you can just swap it out. And sometimes it has impermanent loss, sometimes it doesn't. But the current exchange rate is 1 AVAX equals 0.96 staked AVAX. This SAVAX token is auto compounding the staking yields. So over time, this 0.96 will actually decrease. So what this means is 1 AVAX will get you less SAVAX. And the opposite is true. 1 SAVAX will get you more AVAX. So you're getting an annual percentage rate of 7.20. So let's go and add the 7.2 to our negative 3.5. We're netting 3.7%. That's saucy, isn't it? Not really. Next, we need to lend it out for 0.6%. This is going to equal our 4.3% because as you can see, it pays 0 and then it pays 0.6% in additional liquidity mining incentives. This is the Banqi staked AVAX. So our net is 4.3 right now. Now, we want to go ahead and borrow AVAX under E mode so we can borrow and get the maximum capacity at 92.5%. We don't want to do that. We want to leave a ratio. That way, if the peg is off, we don't risk liquidation. So give or take a couple of percentage points, maybe up to like 10%. Keep in mind, these can deviate from the mean, especially in extremely volatile markets. So understand the risks you're getting into. Then we're going to borrow some more AVAX. After we deposit our SAVAX tokens, this is going to bring our health rate up. Once our health rate is up, we can go ahead and borrow some more tokens. So we're going to go ahead and borrow some more AVAX, and we're going to deposit it again on Banqi Finance. Why do we do this? Well, it's basically a free 1.5% every single loop. Because if you go back on Aave and see the rates that you're paying to borrow AVAX, you're paying about 5.5%. So 5.5 minus 7.2, let's just call it 1.5 for even numbers. And of course that does fluctuate from time to time. It'll go up and it also goes down. So in summary, if you loop this strategy 7 times, the reason why I say 7 is, I don't know, you can loop it as many times as you want, just watch your health factor. But let's do 7 times the 1.5% rate. This 1.5% rate is being from arbitrage and the staking yield. So Aave, I'm paying about 5.5 and the staking yield is 7.2. So let's just call 10.5% APR because you do 7 times 1.5. Now you need to add this to your base yield, which is 4.3%. You come out with a 14.8% on your AVAX token. The best part about this is it's delta neutral. Because remember, in the beginning, we lent out some stable coins and we borrowed AVAX. So we don't have exposure to the AVAX price. So if AVAX goes to 0, well, we don't care because that's what our debt is denominated in. Sure, it would have been better if we sold the tokens instead of farming with them, but hey, it is what it is. And the opposite is true. If it goes up, your 14.8% actually increases in rate. The reason for this is if you earn 10 AVAX tokens at the end of the year, and those AVAX tokens are worth $10 in total, well, if next year or whenever it increases, or if it increases and it goes to $20 for all of the tokens that you have, that 14.8% is now worth almost 30% because you earned $20 instead of 10. Just something to keep in mind. So the best part about this strategy is the yield is free, and the reason is you're borrowing the AVAX and your debt is in the AVAX token. And over time, as you're earning these yields, you can also pay down your debt. It's up to you what you want to do. Risks. The staking token losing peg. This has to do with the S-AVAX token. Worst case scenario, if it does lose peg, you can wait that unbonding period. So you go to Banky Finance, withdrawal, and it will take time to unbond. That's not with Banky, that's just with the AVAX staking time. There is a locking time frame when you stake tokens. Second, the borrow rate skyrockets and the strategy is no longer profitable. Always something to keep in mind. Third, the hack/smart contract risk. There is a chance that, well, any of the protocols that you're using are either A, hacked, or B, the smart contract is flawed. Lastly, the bad debt situation. Aave does not normally take poop coins, but it still is something to note. If they're listing poop coins, those poop coins go to zero. There is a chance that they aren't liquidated in time and you have bad debt in the system. Now it's time to be moderate. Well, let's just do moderate mode. This is convex. Convex. The borrow rate is around 7%. Remember, we're going to deposit stables and borrow convex. We're not buying convex flat out, so we don't have exposure to it. So we're borrowing our convex token. Our debt is denominated in the CVX token. We stake on convex to get 3.96%. So we're netting around a negative 3.2%. That's not that great, but that's not all. You can see here Vodium pays nuts and ham. FXS will pay you around 6.7 cents per CVX. And this happens every 2 weeks. And well, you have 52 weeks in a year, so this is going to happen 26 different times, which will average you about a 37% APR. So if you deposit $10 at the end of the year, you will have around $13.70 with the APRs. And minus the amount that you owe, let's just call it $13 even. So arbitraging the CVX on Aave with convex will give you a delta neutral yield of 32%. But wait, that's not all. I don't know what this is doing here. But anyways, you get the yield on these stable coins. This varies, this goes up, this goes down. But it's still yield on your collateral. It's not much, but it's still numbers. So factor that in. So you end up with, let's call it 33% yield. Why not? Now your risks, smart contract risks. Second, bribe APRs go down. The opposite is also true. The bribe APRs can go up. Now, liquid staking CVX loses peg from the CVX token. This doesn't normally happen, but if it does, it's usually a couple percentage points. Unless people are selling the baby with bathwater, then you can maybe see double digits like we did with STE. Could be a good buying opportunity if you wanted to buy convex, if you're bullish on it. Now, if it's going to zero, just be careful. And next, smart contract risk. I say it twice so you remember that. And lastly, the borrow APRs go nuts and ham, and it's no longer profitable. Something to keep in mind. The advanced and expert strategies will be in the Discord. So if you guys are in there, you'll have access to those. I'll also share some other strategies on YouTube as well, so you guys can have those, so you guys can play around and see how they roll. Now, some closing thoughts for the channel. The whole reason for my channel is to bring value to the community and help you guys understand these concepts and have different strategies and understand how these different things work. The channel, subscribers, likes, everything has been down only. I get it, it's a bear market, but maybe I'm doing something wrong. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this format and what you'd want to see more of. You can also cast your votes in the comments by saying, yeah, this is cool. Or you can just smash the like or the dislike button if you hate this junk. You can follow on Twitter if you want to see more details as well as some more information on different strategies, or you can sub on YouTube if you just want to catch more content. If you want to get even more content, you can join the DigiSquad Discord and see what I'm doing and how I'm navigating the markets. was the one lot of time. Proverbs chapter 12, verses 17. An honest witness tells the truth, but a false witness tells lies. Ain't that the truth?